Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I thought would be fitting to kind of continue on from the bridal video I did a couple weeks ago. And today is my sister-in-law's wedding. So I thought it would tie in nicely with that. So I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this sort of content. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're going to start off first of all with the NYX Angel Veil Primer, and we're just going to put that all over our face. So I thought this would be a good continuation from the bridal video because I'm actually going to my sister-in-law's wedding today. And I thought how fitting to actually get ready with me. Actually, I haven't done one of them. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've done a get ready with me since my first video. So it's been quite a few months. So I'm just going to make sure that's all on and settled into my pores. I've already gone in with moisturizer and eye cream, so that's already settled into my skin. So I'm going to go in next with the foundation, which is going to be the L'Oreal Infallible. I have been really gravitating to this lately. This is the shade 430. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shake. But yeah, I really like this foundation. It's very nice for the summertime and very lightweight. It feels almost like you're wearing a second skin, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to put one pump, maybe 1.5 on the back of my hand. I'm just going to go in and put that all over my face. Now you'll see my neck is quite brown compared to the rest of my face, and that is because I actually this time went for a spray tan. So when I was talking to the girl at the spray tan place, because I usually just use a self tanner, but I thought, yeah, I'm going to treat myself to a spray tan this time. And I said I thought the last time I was in here to get a spray tan was 2012, and that would have been when we went to Walt Disney World. We took the kids on a family vacation. We knew it was going to be the last time that we'd actually go on a family vacation together because my one son was going to be starting university. So when I asked the girl to look it up to see, and sure enough, yeah, it was 2012. So it's been quite a while since I've been for a spray tan, but it's one of those things that is kind of a bit of a treat for me. They're not exactly cheap, but I thought, I'll treat myself. I went and got my sister-in-law and my niece, we went to get a pedicure done for the wedding. So that was nice. I'm just going to make sure this is all blended in. And it is more of a medium coverage foundation, but you can build it up to be a full coverage. And I'm going to just take a little bit more on my sponge and put that in that area. All right, now so that is all blended in. I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting today. So I'm just going to use, this is the Maybelline Master Camo, and I have this in the shade. Sorry, I don't have my glasses with me right now. This is Apricot color. And I want to just use a tiny bit of this because this is very, very, very pigmented. So I'm going to take just a tiny bit on my ring finger. And when I mean tiny bit, like that much. And I'm going to just place that right where the darkness is. Don't worry, I know this looks really bad right now. It looks like you're going, oh my goodness, how is that woman going to get that orange from her under eyes? But trust me, this works. And again, just taking a tiny little bit, putting it under the other eye. And I've been switching between this one, like the Maybelline, and also in another video I used the Lise Watier color correcting, like it's like a crayon. I've been switching between the two. I do like this one, for it is a really good coverage, and I also like the Lise Watier, so I just kind of go between the two. Now I'm going to be using a new concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution, and it's called Conceal and Define, if you can see that in the camera there. And this is in the shade C7. So we'll give this a try. I'm curious to see, it is like a thicker consistency. It has the doe foot applicator. You can see that. So I'm just going to lightly press it on under the eye, just where I need it. I'm going to highlight afterwards. So let's blend this in first. So it is blending quite nicely. And I'm going to take that right up onto my lid and use that as my eyeshadow base primer. So it did blend in really nicely. It's not creasing at this point, so that's a good sign. I'm going to just highlight the rest of my face now. Yeah, so I'm very impressed with that actually. It blended really nicely and the coverage is really good. So we'll see how it wears as I'm going through the tutorial, because usually by the end of the tutorial I can see if it's starting to crease. So we'll check that. I'm going to do a little bit of powder. So I'm just using the NYX. This is in the banana shade. And I'm going to just put a little bit to set my under eye. I don't use a lot of the setting powder, but I definitely do need something under the eye just so that the concealer and stuff just kind of sets. It doesn't go all over the place by the end of the day. And then I'm just going to use a brush to do the rest of my face. But I'm just putting it in the areas that I put that concealer. I have very dry skin, so somebody with oily skin, you may want to do it differently. But for me, I just need a little bit on my nose area and my chin. Make sure you do your eyelids because that'll help with the eyeshadow. So the next step is brows. So I'm going in with the L'Oreal Brown Stylist. And I'm just going to put a little bit of color in there. I don't do a lot with my brows. If you've watched my channel before, you know that. I'm just filling in any sparse areas. And this video isn't going to be as elaborate as the actual bridal video. I was really going in depth in the bridal video, but this one I'm just making this more of a quicker video. Okay, now that the brows are done, I'm going to go in and start doing my eyes. So I'm using the Marcelle. This I showed you guys before. I have the the warm nudes, and now I have the cool nudes. I purchased this not too long ago, and I really liked these colors in here. This one you could actually use as dark one. You could use as an eyeliner base. So yeah, I thought the colors were really nice. So I'm first going to go in with, I think I'm going to use this one as my transition shade here. It's like a really light beigey color, kind of like a pink beige. I'm going to use that as my transition shade. I don't know about you guys, but I find my son and I were talking earlier this morning how quickly the summer is going. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it's so, like, we're already into August. Yeah, it's nice. I have my one son is here from university back east, so he's here for the wedding, so it's nice being able to catch up with him a little bit. Next I'm going to go in for the shade that's right beside it. It's like a gray, kind of like a taupe gray shade, and I'm going to use that in my crease area, and I'm going to focus just on the outer part, and I'm going to put a little bit towards the inner part of my eye. And while I'm thinking about concealers, I'm going to be, I'm actually right in the middle right now, right in the middle of doing a concealer video. And I'm testing a bunch of concealers. I think I'm up to about 7 concealers now. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can see what concealers that I like and which ones that maybe I didn't like. But yeah, I'm going to have that coming out pretty soon. I'm just making sure everything is well blended. And then I'm going to go in with this is like a gray shade. And I'm going to put that right on the very end, almost like in the V area. All right, so now that the eyeshadow is on, I'm going to do a little trick today, and this is to help people if you have troubles doing any sort of wings. So I've been having a little bit of issue lately trying to get the eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, up above this part here because I'm just starting to get a few little folds in my skin. So one little trick I'll show you is applying a little bit of, this is just masking tape. Sorry, not masking tape. You don't want to use masking tape on your face. This is Scotch tape. And I'm going to put very lightly, I'm just going to place it right where my eye is coming up. And I find this has really been helping me lately, try and get a more even wing happening. So I'm going to put that there, grab my eyeliner. I'm just using, this is the Maybelline Master Precise, and I have this in the shade Black. Now, I don't know if this one has to be shaken up. Does it? Some of them, sometimes the liquid eyeliners, you have to shake up so that all the color goes everywhere inside. But it doesn't say so, but, and it has a nice little, like a felt tip on the end. And I do it in little short strokes. For me, that's what works. I'm going to be wearing false eyelashes today, so I'm not making this like an absolute perfect line because the when you put the lashes on, that usually covers some of it. But it was more the wing, and I'm not doing a big wing, I'm just doing a little wing. And it just makes it help it be more precise. There, and once you take it off, you have a nice line. And so I'm just going to do the other side, but I won't put you through that torture again. So yeah, that's just a little tip if you guys have troubles doing a little wing or even a bigger wing. I like doing little wings. My eye shape just doesn't look right with having a really elongated wing. So I just like to do little ones, but yeah, that's just a little helpful hint for you guys if you have troubles with that. So next we're going to go in, I'm going to do a little bit on my lower lash line. I'm going to use some of that gray color. I'm just going to mix a couple of the gray and that taupe color. And I'm just using the little brush that came with the eyeshadow set. And I'm going to run that along my lower lash line. Next, I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. Even though I'm going to be wearing false lashes, I still like to have them curled. So we're going to give them a little curl, and I'll apply a little bit of mascara. And the mascara I'm using today is just the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I really like this one for when I use false eyelashes. I like it on my bottom lash especially. And then the lashes I'm going to be using today are the Ardell Fauxmink Wispies. They're the Demi Wispies. They don't really have a number on them. I know some of them have like a number, but these ones don't. So I'm going to quickly pop these on and I will be right back. All right, so now that that process is done, I think that this, I wasn't going to take it off and try and reapply it. There's something screwy with this eyelash. So I know that everybody that wears eyelashes, you know that one always goes on better than the other. So we're just going to work with what we got right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is line my inner rim. And I'm going to use the Infallible, L'Oreal Infallible. This is in the shade dark brown, I believe. Yes, brown. So we're going to just rim the inner lash line here, if I can find a brush. I always like putting a brush down when I'm working with under my eye area, especially when I've just done the concealer and everything. So, and then I'm going to go in and do my bottom lash line with the same mascara I used for the top. We're going to go in next with the NYX. This is the matte bronzer, and I have this in the shade Light. Now this one, as I learned in my NYX video that I did, this is a very pigmented bronzer, so just a word of caution. You just need a little bit. Again, go in with a little bit, very light hand, and then you can always build up afterwards if it's not the right shade for you. So I'm just going to start off very lightly. And I'm just putting the bronzer where the sun would naturally hit my face. So that's on my forehead and on my cheeks. And then I take it down to my jawline, and I also run it down my neck area. The thing about bronzers, you don't want to make it look like you're putting like mud on your face, because some bronzers can do that, believe me. Some of the bronzers are not, they're just too brown. And if you put too much on it, it just looks awful. So that's why I always say just a light hand to start off, and then you can always put on more if you're not satisfied with it. And I put a little bit on my nose, because that's where the sun would hit my face, and a little bit on my chin. Okay, now that we're all bronzed up, I'm going to put a little bit of contour. Again, I don't usually do this on a daily basis, but I thought, well, I just wanted to do a little bit of a special thing today. So I'm using the Maybelline City Bronzer, and this is in the shade 200. If you remember, if you've watched my video before, I did like an entire Maybelline brand tutorial, and I was kind of on the fence about this bronzer. It was one of those where it was like, do I like it or do I not like it? So I have been using it more regularly. So I've warmed up to it, I will say. It's still not my favorite, but it is, it's a nice bronzer. So I'm going to use that as my contour today, just because it is a different shade than the other bronzer I was using, the NYX ones. I just want to do a little bit right where my cheekbone is. And then I also just kind of push it up. That's just going to help give your face a little bit of definition. And if you're not comfortable with contouring, you can certainly skip this step. I'm just going to use a little bit to do on my nose. And if you're ever looking for a little trick to make your lip just seem a little bit fuller, you can take a little bit of that same contour. And I'm just using, this is actually just, I think, like a flat eyeshadow brush, but you can use brushes for more than one thing. So I'm just going to use this right under my lip, very subtly. And I'm just going to add a little bit of blush today, not a lot. So this is the Annabelle, this is called Perfect Cream Blush. And this is in the shade Golden Pink. And it's like a stick. So I'm just going to put just a tiny bit on the apples of my cheeks. I'll use the sponge just to kind of blend it in a little bit better. Just want to give a little bit of pinkness, not too heavy. I like this one because it has a little bit of, it's very soft when you put it on, but it also has a few little flecks in it, like illuminating flecks, so I do like that. So we're going to go in with some highlighter. This is the NYX Born to Glow, and I have this in the shade Chosen One. It's very well used, as you can see by the packaging. And I'm just using the Real Techniques fan brush and just putting a little bit on the brush and putting it along my cheekbones, just highlighting that area. This is such a pretty highlighter. I like this one and also that Maybelline one, the I think it's Master Chrome. They're such good highlighters. And just a little bit on my brow bone. Even though I know they say for older women we shouldn't be using powder highlighter because it just kind of accentuates. By the end of the day, I know it's kind of going to get into my crow's feet area and stuff, but I am a highlighter junkie. If you've watched my channel before, you know that. And I'm going to run it down my nose and my Cupid's bow. And then I'm just taking, this is a, well, it's actually a lip blending brush, but we're not going to use that today. We're going to use that to do the inner corner of my eyes. Like I said, use brushes for whatever purpose you need them to use them for. Look at how beautiful that highlight just opens the whole corner up. Such a beautiful highlighter. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a little bit and do under my brow bone. I'm going to go in and do my lips now. So this lip liner is the NYX in the shade Nude, I believe. Yeah, just Nude. So we'll line the lips. I'm going to use two different lipsticks today. So this is the Maybelline. I have this, it's a matte Lust for blush. And then I'm also going in with the Lise Watier because I like the two shades together. And this is in the shade Brioche. So first we'll do the matte. It's like a nice pinky shade. Swatch it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just a really nice pink. So we're going to put that on first. And then the Lise Watier, I'll swatch that. So the Lise Watier one is the one on the top. So we're going to go in and put that on top. And it gives it just a beautiful, like a mauvey pink when you combine the two together. I just love doing that. You know that I like mixing my shades. So then for a topper, I'm going to go in with the Annabelle Big Show. And this I have in Glow. My girlfriend actually just showed me that she bought this. She didn't realize that I actually had shown this on my Canadian video. And she showed me the other day that she had bought this one. But she loves it. She doesn't like, her skin is very sensitive. So any of the Annabelle and Marcelle products, that sort of thing, she gravitates to. I love this because it just gives you enough color and shine. And I always like to finish off, especially if I'm going to be doing wearing a look for the rest of the day. I like to go in with a setting spray. So this is the NYX Dewy Finish. We'll give it a little shake. Make sure to close your mouth and your eyes when you use this. And your makeup will not budge all day. I love that one. It's great. So I hope you liked today's video. I enjoyed making it for you guys. As always, I would love for you to subscribe, share, like, and comment down below of any ideas that you guys may have of any future videos that you would like to see. As always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!